all, welcome back. This side Alisha Bawa, currently working as an intern with Lexis and Company, and my today's topic of discussion is, can a husband get maintenance from his wife? You all must have heard of a wife getting maintenance from her husband. But what is the case of the husband? Whether he can get maintenance from his wife or not? These all questions will be answered in this article. So let us begin with our today's topic. For both the spouses, divorce that is both stressful as well as it is challenging. Finance, among the other key aspects of divorce, can only be handled by an expert financial advisor for their clients. Now, there are legal services connecting top lawyers to clients and in the process facilitate effective assistance in a wide variety of financial issues, which may include transcending the maintenance, financial security, financial planning, or child support, etc. According to the divorce lawyers, after divorce, alimony payment to the husband by the wife is enforceable by the husband. But whether or not the wife is liable to pay maintenance is for the courts to decide and accordingly take call on granting the same. Now let us discuss about the maintenance and expenses of the proceedings. If it appears to the court in the proceedings under section 24 of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 that either the husband or the wife, whatever may be the case, is not financially independent enough to be self-supporting and to afford the proceedings necessary expenses, let alone child custody after divorce, it may contingent upon the husband or wife applying for a divorce petition. The court orders the respondent to ensure that the petitioner gets paid on account of the expenses of the proceeding, an amount commensurate with the petitioner's own income and that of the respondent. It may appear to be reasonable to the court. Now, what about the permanent maintenance or alimony? First is the courts with jurisdiction according to the section 25 of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 can, while passing a decree or subsequently on the basis of an application made to the court for permanent maintenance by either spouse, as may actually be the case, decree that the respondent pay the applicant for either spouse maintenance and support a gross monthly amount or an amount periodically with the term of the payment not to exceed the lifetime of the applicant. Now, the court may deem it to be just and fair in securing similar payments if required by putting a line on the respondent's immovable property. Now, the satisfaction of the court in regards to the possible altered situation of either party after the order has been passed under subsection 1 of the section 25 of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 is vital. The court, still at the behest of either the husband or the wife, modify, vary or resign such orders according to the best judgment of the court. Now, should the court be satisfied with the fact that the order passed in favor of a party remarries, or if the said party happens to be the wife who is not chaste, or if the said party happens to be the husband who have had an extramarital affair, the court may similarly, at the behest of the other husband or the wife, as the case may be, vary, modify or resign such orders in a way the court may deem fair and just. Now, amongst other rights validated by divorce and matrimonial laws, the most crucial right is the right of receiving and claiming alimony or maintenance. Usually, alimony is an allowance which the husband has to pay to the wife, following the orders of the court for the wife's sustenance. Now, there are 5 distinct communities that constitute our society, including the Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Parsis and Jews. The personal laws of each community are derived from customs, tradition and religious practices. Therefore, the purpose of a Hindu woman seeking divorce and alimony, for example, may differ from community to community. Likewise, the law on alimony and maintenance may vary as the applicable personal law keeps changing from community to community. Under the Hindu Marriage Act 1955, for example, both the spouses have a legal entitlement towards permanent maintenance. If the couple remarries, though, under the Special Marriage Act 1954, it's only the wife who would be entitled to the permanent maintenance. Now, in the case of a mutual consent of divorce of a couple, it's for the couples to arrive at an agreement as to whether or not any alimony or maintenance payments are to be made by any of the parties. So, to conclude this, I would like to say that in any cases of this nature, maintenance payments can go both ways, the husband to the wife as well as the wife to the husband, based on how well the couple understand each other. The court passing of the divorce decree is based on the terms agreed upon among the couples. The decree is binding on the couple and is enforceable by the court of law. So this was all about the today's topic. Hope you would like it. Thank you.